I've worked all of my life to live in Italy. We found this place, and now this is our place, and it means everything to me. I love that Tuscan food, it's about basic ingredients and the quality of them. It can take a long time. There's braised meats, there's slow-cooked ragouts and sauces and things. Today, I'm making a vegetarian alternative for stuffed eggplant that resembles meat, but has no meat in it. It's a cool thing. It smells so much like beef in here, it's kind of freaking me out. This is gonna be delicious. Boom! Food is a conduit. We make food to take us away to places we've never been and dream about going to. You just need your imagination and a couple of bucks, and you have a ticket to anywhere. So come on over. I love this place. I hope you do too. So guys, whenever we roast eggplant, I'm gonna stuff it today as if it was stuffed with lamb, which is the way my husband and I eat this dish. But we have some vegetarians here. So I thought it would be fun to show you guys a great way to use a vegetarian alternative for stuffed eggplant. But you could turn this into an easy bolognese knockoff. And instead of stuffing the eggplant, you could put all of this in a pot with a little bit of extra tomato product, ground fresh tomato, and expand the sauce and toss it with pasta. So the first thing we do is score the eggplant all the way around with a small sharp knife. This is actually quite a big eggplant, so I'm gonna use a big knife just to cut it in half. Then I'm gonna take its little brother to go to work. So we're loosening up the eggplant so that when people dig into it, they're not gonna get stuck when they get to the skin. All right? So once we get it looking like this, we salt it. The entire point of salting eggplant is to lower the bitterness and to lower the absorption of oil. So we can use less oil and the eggplant will taste less bitter. When we buy eggplant, we want it to be as heavy and as dense as possible, super firm. You don't want a spongy eggplant and you want it to feel really, really heavy. Now we salt it. This is fine sea salt. You can use kosher salt, it's fine. And we rub that in. We have to drain the eggplant on a cooking towel and let it drain for 30 minutes. Once we get the eggplant drained, we'll continue on with our story. Okay, so after we soak, we flip these eggplant over. We put them on a parchment-lined tray. Again, we've cut a very thin diameter around the eggplant itself and cross-hatched everybody. Now, we're going to spray. I have great olive oil that I make here at my house. Very proud of it. But the easiest way for me is to have olive oil spray. Make sure they have a little vest of oil on. Take the eggplant to the salt and pepper. I know I salted it already to drain, but you need an extra little tiny sprinkle, just trust me. And now this is really counterintuitive. It's gonna kind of freak you out. We're gonna flip it back over. You gotta let them roast until they start to just look like rubber tires a little bit, till it's brown and soft. Moving along, the meat flavor, we're going to start it over here in this pan. The filling gets onions. What do we want when we put something in a pan? We want it to sweat. What does that mean? It's not gonna take a run around the pan by itself. You gotta run it around the pan with a paddle, a spoon, or whatever. But salt is what it needs. That's what makes it share its flavor and water content, okay? And once it gets going, here's a great cheat. Add a little water. Now you're forcing it to do your will. You're gonna do what I tell you to. We're not gonna fight about it before I get you to go to bed. Okay, now we're gonna add diced tomatoes. Stir those in and let them cook out. We're going to add a little garlic. All right, Julia Child will be pretty happy. Okay, so. My husband and I never drink white wine, like, with a meal. Rarely. I shouldn't say never. Rarely. But I always have white wine on hand. And the white wine that I use, I actually think is quite lovely. It's from this region. It's pecorino. That's the cheese, the sheep, the everything. It's crisp. It's citrusy. It's kind of bright. And I always add it to this base. This dish, I use walnuts and this pot of porcini that's cooking away in vegetable stock to be similar to the flavor and texture of beef that's been browned well and cooked at a slow pace so that you develop its flavor. That's where we're trying to get with this, but it takes a little bit of time. So maybe let's take a break and we'll add stuffing to our eggplant after this. Okay, here's how we make fake meat. We mush all this together, and I mean mush. It's a cool thing. Oh, these are looking good. I'm not touching that till it's cool. It's a process, sweetheart. Okay, here's how we make fake meat. So we're starting with our scored eggplant that we cooked flat side down once it was scored and salted and rested. And we cook it till it's brown and soft, till it looks like a flat tire. But you wanna be careful because we're making stuffed eggplant, okay? We're not using lamb, we're not using beef, we're using eggplant, roasted eggplant with porcini mushrooms and a lot of chopped, deeply toasted walnut. I know it sounds weird, but I'm telling you, it's freaky how much it tastes like beef. I saved a little of the stock from reconstituting the porcini. You'll be shocked at how much it smells like beef itself, okay? So now we're going to take the eggplant shells, See how we were very careful not to cut the skin, okay? So these guys are going in opposite directions. The top of the eggplant here and the bottom of the eggplant there, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But we're gonna fill these shells and pop them back in the oven with a little cheese on top. We have the base for our filling, onions, diced tomato, garlic. I always put crushed garlic into everything because that's just my jam. And my husband's jam. And a little Italian girl, even a half Italian girl like me, likes to keep their husband happy. So we have our chopped porcini, which tastes really meaty. It already smells like beef. I swear to you, this smells like we're cooking this dish with a lot of beef. We're going to add a cup of chopped toasted nuts per every 2 heavy full eggplants. I like walnuts. It gives it a great texture and a really deep flavor once you toast them. And when we toast anything that has natural oil in it, we develop its flavor. We make it deep and serious, like you want to write a song for it. It's a cool thing. So we always want to take every layer of flavor. It's like when we toast, oh, hello, breadcrumbs. Cheesy, homemade, toasty breadcrumbs. We're in Italy. Everybody here, it's a lot of bread. Every few days when the bread starts to get really hard, I grind it up. Then you toast it up. Same thing happens. We develop flavor. Now, we do not want to put all of our breadcrumbs in here. Just a little bit as a binder, a stabilizer, because this is not actually lamb or beef. It's nuts and mushrooms. It smells so much like beef in here, it's kind of freaking me out. Maria?
Yes.
Can you please come put the eggplant in the big pan?
Sure.
Maria actually hates mushrooms, so she won't eat any of this, which is very sad.
I do not starve, ever.
No, Maria's not starving.
Not the sauce, right?
No, just the, but
What?
you want the flesh? What the hell are you
I'm
doing?
gonna use my hand. Is that all right? Oh, I guess it's okay.
Well, just then use your hand.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay. Warm, touching moment between sisters there. Okay, now we mush all this together, and I mean mush. Like you really want this to look like a meat filling that's very hearty. It smells like beef. It's gonna taste like beef. It's going to be amazing. What we're gonna do is put this stuff into these guys that look like flat tires. Fill them up pretty and put cheese on top. And put a tiny spoon over everybody, because this is the magic that tastes like meat. And it all just kind of comes together so beautifully. Look at that. Mmm. You ready? Okay, guys, so now we take our boats, our little shells, right? And we overstuff them with our fake meat mixture, which is roasted eggplant, porcini mushrooms, tomatoes, onions, tons of walnuts for texture, right? And it all just kind of comes together so beautifully. Look at that. Now, again, You can turn this same recipe, the base of it, into a ragu or a pasta sauce, a thick pasta sauce, if you prefer to add pasta. But I wanted to keep this a vegetarian substitute for stuffed meat eggplant. It's just wonderful, meaty, delicious. Even if you eat lamb and beef, you're going to love this dish, and you're never gonna miss the meat. Don't waste a bit of it. There's always an eggplant that got snubbed along the way, right? You can always fit a bit more into every single bit of everything you cook. And in my case, whether I'm in upstate New York or in Tuscany, anything the people don't eat, I can give to my friends' chickens. For real. Now what are we gonna do? We're going to take the leftover broth from cooking out the dried mushrooms and put a tiny spoon over everybody, because this is the magic sauce that tastes like meat. And then what are we gonna do? We're gonna add a little bit of crunch and cheese. Cheese, mint, and parsley. Mint and parsley are what we put on the lamb or beef versions of this dish. So why not put it on this? And whatever breadcrumb I have left over, and believe me, I always have leftover breadcrumb, it can go in artichokes, it can go on salads, it can go into croutons. Never, ever, ever throw away bread or herbs. There's always a use for them. In every kitchen, at every time of the day, there's a way we can use and save everything that we buy or grow, chop or sew. All right, I'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. Hi, honey. Hi, Bella Bear. Is it a Bella Bear? Oh, there you go. Ta-da! Stuffed eggplant. Gorgeous. How can you have better than that? Oh, these are looking good. Oh, there you go. Ta-da! Okay. The drizzle of our house-made olive oil. My little buddy, my moppy. Now, this is not the easiest move in the world. Get a really long spatula. They're not all gonna work out perfect. You're probably gonna have some, whoops. Just shove it back in with your fingers. As Julia Child used to say, what happens in your kitchen, only you know. There we go. I'm surprised. I rarely have this amount of luck when plating anything. So again, we have our eggplants with the porcini mushrooms that make it taste like beef, and the crunch and the texture of the toasted, finely chopped walnuts, all working together with onions, garlic, tomatoes, a little mint and parsley on the top with toasted breadcrumb, pecorino, and or parmigiano, you can use the combo, If you're only going to use one, use pecorino because this is from our region and that's where we live. Okie dokes. Oh, what did I tell you? Look, here's what people don't know. Boop, right back in. And there's the extra toppings sitting on the tray. Only you knows what goes on in your kitchen. Stuffed eggplant. Gorgeous. How can you have better than that?